All right, welcome to another episode of Amazon Seller Hot Seat. Welcome to the show, Anita Mar. How are you?
Oh, hi. Hi, Jon. I'm excellent. I'm excellent today. It's a nice day, and I'm very glad to be here.
And where are you connecting with us from?
Well, I live in Windsor, Canada,
Okay.
but I travel a lot, and currently I'm actually stuck in Europe. But usually I live in Windsor.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Right. Europe is a good place to be stuck in. Um,
Yeah.
Anita Mar is from Trademark Angel, and on today's hot seat, we're going to talk all about trademarking for your physical product goods on Amazon. It's obviously a really interesting topic. There is a lot of questions I have around the details of going through that process, but I think where we can start is I'd love to get a little bit of a background on how you ended up in this fascinating world of trademarking,
Oh, yeah.
and then we can dive in around why it's important and kind of your top 5 insights around trademarking that you can pass into the group. So I'd love to dive into that, but let's start with a little bit of your background. Everyone would love to know
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
got
So
here.
I'm a registered trademark agent, and I'm the founder of Trademark Angel, and I've been in the area of trademarks since '99. But 3 years ago, I decided to open my own firm, and right now we register trademarks in the US, Canada, European Union, UK, Germany, China, Australia, and Mexico, and like some other countries, but those are the primary countries where we file. And primarily we work with Amazon sellers. I would say 70 to 80% of our clients sell on Amazon. So yeah, we know everything about how to register a trademark for Amazon. Well, that's what people say. You don't register for Amazon, but
Yeah.
looks like that's what we do.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. Look, I think from our perspective as Amazon private label sellers, I think the opportunities around creating a brand, right? And that's a great place to start selling your brand is on Amazon. But hopefully it grows beyond Amazon. But starting on Amazon is perfect. And if you've got a physical product that's obviously differentiated,
Mhm.
you have an opportunity to trademark it, and it has a lot of benefits. So why don't we start off there? What in your mind are some of the key benefits to, registering your brand or your product as a trademark? And is there a difference between brand or product?
Yeah, so trademark is the name of a product. It's very simple. So if you don't have a product, you don't have a trademark. It's a name of product or a service. Usually a product if we're talking about Amazon sellers, and there are multiple benefits. If we talk about Amazon sellers, like an obvious benefit is that it gives you access to brand registry, and if you have a registered trademark, it gives you an opportunity to remove hijackers. It gives you an opportunity to enroll into transparency program. And that's just talking about Amazon. But if we look beyond Amazon, like registration provides you with an exclusive right to use your trademark in your country for 10 years. You can renew indefinitely. It's a valuable asset, so it increases the value of your assets. If you ever sell your business, you will definitely get what you paid for the trademark and much more. The older the trademark, the more valuable it is. It's very easy to license a registered trademark or to sell it, and it makes it much easier for you to enforce your rights. I think it's a very important benefit that many people don't really take into account. And one other benefit is that it allows others to see your trademark in the Trademarks Office database. So when your competitor is looking for a name, they will check Trademarks Office database and they will see your trademark. So you don't have to do anything. The Trademarks Office will do it for you. Your trademark will appear in the database. So hopefully your competitor will pick another name. So your name will stay strong, and it will not be diluted by a competitor because he picked the same name. Uh,
Yeah,
those are
that's
the
that's that's
benefits.
that's one thing I wanted to dive in there is when you say you're trademarking your product, are you actually trademarking the type of product that you've created, or is it the brand name of that product?
Yeah, so you trademark the name. So a trademark, it's a shortcut between the product and the company. So
Hmm.
it allows customers to immediately know what they want. All they need to know is remember the trademark or the brand. It's the same thing. Brand is just in the business world. Trademark, it's a legal term. So all you need to know, you need to remember the name of the product, the brand. You don't care about the company name or who's behind. You just know, okay, you like this product because it has good quality and you're looking for a particular brand. So you trademark the product, you put your name on the packaging, on the actual product, if that's possible. Overall, like your customers with time, they begin to recognize your product, your trademark, and they will look for this particular branded products because they like the quality, they like the service, and maybe they like the return policy or they know customer service. So those are all these things. So maybe it's packaged nicely.
Great. So you mentioned one thing which I just want to highlight is you said to participate in the transparency program. What is that, and what is the benefit of that?
Oh yeah, it's a program. I mean, no, I'm not going to talk like a lot about that, but you get your own code, and no one can sell products under your listing unless they have that specific code. So you can only participate in this program if we're talking Amazon.com. You have to have a US registered trademark. And yeah, I don't think many people know about this program, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really interesting insight.
So pretty much you will not have hijackers because hijackers will not be able to sell because they will not have the code.
Gotcha. And you
but
can.
Amazon wants like a percent, obviously, so it's more expensive.
Of course they do.
But sometimes it's worth it when you have lots of hijackers.
Yes, gotcha. So it obviously depends on the type of product that you have. Now you mentioned US trademark versus trademarks in Mexico, Europe. So just at a high level, if you have a US trademark, for example, but you're also selling on Amazon Europe, do you need to get the equivalent European trademark, or are you covered?
Yeah, usually you do because trademarks are jurisdictional. So what a US trademark will do, it will allow you access to brand registry on all Amazon websites. So it's a single brand registry, but it will not allow you to enforce your rights in the European Union because you don't have a registered trademark there, so you cannot rely on it. So yeah, generally where you sell, you have to look into trademarking the name in that particular country.
Gotcha. So, but essentially you can get any trademark and you immediately get brand registry for any Amazon marketplace. But as you grow that product in that marketplace, if you really want to protect your rights, you should be getting the trademark for that. So start with one, and then as you grow your brand globally, make sure you get the others as well.
Yeah, and it's very important you said start with one because a very common mistake that many beginners make, they try to include all kinds of products into their trademark application so that they just pay once. And when they do that, they lose time, so they don't file in time, and they start thinking, okay, what if I sell this? What if I sell that? And then at the end, it becomes a very, very long trademark application with like 100 products. And at the end, 6 months later, well, guess what? They just sell one product, and the rest is just a waste of time and money, and it was unnecessary hassle. So yeah,
Yes,
I think it's one of the things that we noticed when you just begin, people try to do everything perfectly, so they overthink the process, and they like end up procrastinating and not filing a trademark or filing it too late.
Yeah, that's the same, very, very similar parallel to finding products to sell on Amazon. Is to overthink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, product selection. Yeah, sometimes we have clients say, okay, I'm looking for a product 6 months later. I still haven't decided what I'm going to sell. So it's
it's totally fair. Okay, so let's talk about the specifics here. If I am, there's always the question around when I'm selling a product, should I launch on Amazon and then apply and get my trademark, obviously to see if the product's successful? Should I do it earlier before I actually start selling on Amazon? And then what is the actual timeline and general cost to getting that trademark done? And should you get in the US or a different marketplace first?
Yeah. So file or use, I mean, that's a very good question. And when it comes to Amazon, we noticed that sometimes, especially recently, Amazon doesn't allow you to create a listing unless you have a trademark. So, and in the US, you cannot get trademark registered, you cannot get the trademark registration unless you already sell in the US. So it seems like catch-22 because one depends on the other and the other depends on, on the first thing. So we usually recommend to file as soon as you have recognized that your brand has value, as soon as you have determined what you're going to sell. So if you know at least one product you're going to sell, it's a good time to file. So file right away. Don't wait to see how the sales will go, because guess what? If the sales go well, you will have hijackers, and then it will take a very long time for you to register your trademark and to get rid of them. So the sooner you file, the sooner you will be protected. Talking about where to file, if we're talking about somebody who's just beginning to sell on Amazon, somebody who cannot create the listing because they don't have a trademark. So there are two ways here. You can file in a country that allows quick registration. So for example, Germany, with accelerated examination, it takes less than a month to get a trademark registration. And then when you have that trademark registration, you can use it to create brand registry and to create your listing. Because sometimes you cannot create the listing without a trademark. And it's been very inconsistent, but we've had a lot of complaints when people cannot create the listing because they don't have a trademark. So in this case, like a Germany or UK, 3.5 months, they're both very good countries and very quick and easy. If you just don't want to like file in Germany or the UK because you need trademark for the US, then we can file in the US. And there is a new program on Amazon that allows you access to brand registry early. It's called Pending Trademark Request. They introduced it a couple of months ago, and it works really well. The only condition for this program, so you can file a trademark in the US and apply right away, and you will get access to brand registry right away, like right after the filing. That's really good because there are no conditions except for one. You have to be an active seller on Amazon, so you have to have your listing created. So it will not work for those who just beginning because they don't have a listing. So if you don't have a listing, look at Germany. If you have a listing, you can file in the US, and because that's really where you want protection eventually if you sell on Amazon.com, and then use that program to apply for brand registry, and you will get access like within they say it's a pilot program, and sometimes you need to wait for a week before they respond, but so far we've had really good success and we haven't had any refusal. Sometimes people wait for a week or like 10 days, but eventually if they sell on Amazon, they all get accepted.
Fantastic. And what was the name of that program again?
It's called Pending Trademark Request. That's the name of the program. So there is like a regular brand registry, and that's a pilot program. They introduced it because many people complained that we can't wait until the trademark registers, and we don't want to file in Germany if we sell in the US. So that's the solution. Amazon just rolled it out in June, and it's been working really well.
How do you access that? Do you go through Seller Central or?
Yeah, no, there is a different link, because when you apply through a general brand registry program, it will say that you need a registered trademark. So there is a different link. I'll share it later so you can post it.
Okay, perfect. Fascinating. Okay, great. So just to summarize that, that's really helpful information. If you're looking to sell on Amazon.com, you're a brand new seller, you may be looking to sell a product in a gated category, and sometimes a gated category might be saying, hey, you need a registered trademark to even attempt to sell in this category. If that's the case, you can go through Germany or UK. It's got good turnaround. You can get your trademark, and that will give you brand registry options in the US. If you're already selling in the US and you're wanting to register your product, trademark your product, you can go through the pilot program, and and then obviously while it's pending, you still have access to brand registry, which is fascinating and amazing.
Yeah, and another reason to like consider Germany or the UK is because proof of use is not required, so you don't have to have any sales in Germany or the UK. There is no requirement, so it's very easy. Like when you file a trademark in the US, eventually you will need to prove use, so you will need to prove to the trademarks office that you have sales in the US. But in Germany or the UK, it's not necessary.
Awesome. Yeah, fantastic. That's just from a high level, once you are brand registered, from your perspective, what are the benefits that you're hearing from your customers in terms of having that with Amazon.com? Helping with sales, obviously you can open up your web store. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I think having access to A+ content and having your own web store is extremely important, because many customers, when they shop on Amazon, they click on the brand name just for fun. And then if it goes to the web store, sometimes you buy something else from that particular seller.
Sure.
And it also helps just having brand registry by itself. Even if we forget about, like, if it's brand registry with a US trademark or a German one, it will help to decrease the number of hijackers, because what they do, they also click on the brand name. And if they see that this particular seller has a web store, they know they have access to brand registry, so they then tend to look for another victim. And that's great, because you obviously don't want hijackers on your listing. If you have a registered trademark in the country where you sell, so if it's .com for the US, then you will be able to remove hijackers. And that's extremely important, because it looks like there are a lot of them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so obviously, if just for the listeners, if you are trademarked and you have brand registry, it's very easy for you to get a hijacker removed. It's simply you have access to literally get them kicked off quite quickly, right?
Yeah, you just report violation and it's instant. You
Yeah.
can also send a cease and desist letter. You can rely on your registered trademark. It also works like for other platforms. Like if you sell on other platforms, you can send a cease and desist letter if you have a registered trademark. If you don't, well, pretty much no one will take you seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the turnaround time is around a month if you go through a month and a half to 3 months if you go through Germany or Europe. How long is it in the US?
It's 6 to 10 months right now. They have been pretty good, pretty consistent.
Okay, great. But obviously, if you get into the pending program, you can access it straight away. And then, what is the cost? So let's talk about that for a second. If you're registering one product, which is your recommendation, hey, I've got one product idea, let's just get that registered. What's the cost?
Yeah, you can. I think you should budget for. I always say like at least $1,000, like for a trademark. But it can be as low as $700, like from $700 to $1,500 for a trademark. And if you file in multiple countries or if you file multiple products, then there is a significant discount. So we'll give a significant discount.
Yeah, it's just in my head, the first place I go with that is it's $1,000, but the return that you would get on that $1,000 when you launch, because you have A+ content, brand registry, ability to get rid of hackers, potentially more weighting that goes towards you from the Amazon algorithm, your sales are just you'll get that money back in literally either a couple of hours or a couple of days. So from an investment perspective,
it's the cheapest way to
100%.
protect the trademark. I mean, there is no other way than registering a trademark. There is simply no other way. I mean, think about that, like the cost of not doing it. Yeah, many people try to save, or they say, oh, we don't have the budget for this, and then later they regret, because that's the thing you have to do, especially if you sell on Amazon, because Amazon made it like pretty compulsory to have a trademark.
Absolutely.
Because there are so many people selling inauthentic products, and there are so many hijackers, and they don't know how to like what to do with them. So if you have a registered trademark, so you have all the rights in the name, and they will help you. But if you don't have a registered trademark, they will not help you. It's pretty simple.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's amazing. So, in fact, I have a product right now that I think I need to talk to you about. So, all good. So, we're running out of time here, but maybe just give us your top two. Is there any other insights or top tips that you would love to share with anyone here?
Yeah. So when you look for a new name for your trademark, make sure that the name is not descriptive, that doesn't simply describe your products. Don't make it generic, don't make it boring. So don't be afraid to look outside of the box, to think outside of the box. And the second thing is make sure you do trademark search before you pick the name. Even if you don't file, make sure that you searched the trademark on Google, that you searched the Trademarks Office database. You don't want to be infringing on anyone else's rights. Even if you're not filing your own trademark, make sure that the name is clear, that you can invest money in this brand and grow it, and it will belong to you. So don't save on the trademark search. I mean, don't save on the time spent, and don't pick a name that's taken by somebody else. It's not a good idea.
Absolutely. And yeah, importantly, there can be other names of products out there, but within your category, it has to be unique.
Right. So if you sell toys, you don't care about like a similar trademark for software. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. So we offer free trademark search, and there is no obligation to buy. And we also offer a discount. to your
Yeah,
listeners.
how do they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
They can go to trademarkangel.com and just send us a message, and they can mention that they came to us through you to get the discount, and it's 10%. So
Nice.
just make sure that you mention the name of the podcast, and they'll get the discount.
And what are are the fees varying, or is it a specific fee just to get the trademark done? How does that work?
Oh yeah, no, we have 3 packages depending on what's included, because it's a quite complicated process, but it can be as low as $700. I'm talking about all fees, including the government fees. Or if you want the top package, for the US, it will be about $1,100, and plus the trademarks office fee. So around $1,500, but that's all included. Responses to all objections included, and we also provide the
So there's no additional fee for, you said that
No.
$1,000, there's no additional fee for the trademark. That's your services and the actual trademark fee all inclusive. Is that right?
Yeah, so about 1,500. That's everything included. It's a flat fee basis. We don't really like dealing with the hourly charges or keeping track of the time spent.
Sure.
Yeah, so those are the fees.
Okay, excellent. Seems pretty easy decision for me.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, thank you. I think it's it is a very nuanced process, and it's good to know that you can make it simple, which is great.
Yeah, it's not rocket science, but
Yeah.
it may be for some.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'd rather get an expert to handle it. Anita, thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
I wish you best on your travels, although it sounds like it's a and you're stuck there for a little bit, but
Yeah, I'm having
enjoy
fun.
it. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Which town are you in, by the way?
I'm in Greece.
Okay, fantastic, nice.
Yeah.
Not a bad place. All
Yeah,
right,
I've been
thank you,
here
Anita.
since March. See you.
See you. Thank you.